Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Automotive Drama. Today I got a Mazda 606 with a 6 V6. Anyways, before we go any farther, like always, likes are nice, subscribes are better. If you want to stay in tune with any more episodes of Automotive Drama, please be sure to ring the bell. All you TikTok users, make sure you check out my YouTube because there's way more videos there than I do on TikTok. I don't have time for both, and YouTube is my primary. So anyways, back to this Mazda, Ford V6 in there. Pretty much almost the same. They changed a little bit. The front catalytic converter. Not too bad of a job. As you can see, I loosened up the power steering return reservoir because it was just much easier to get to the top bolts on the manifold, and easier to remove the O2 sensor, which you can see I removed the O2 sensor. Now you see tape here on the core support. That's because this is fiberglass, and I didn't realize it first until my arms started doing this, but that was fiberglass. Ow. See how smoking red it is? The other one's the same way. Because you're going to be having your arms touching this. This fiberglass is old and it deteriorates and it gets in your skin. It's no fun. So make sure you kind of protect yourself from that. Anyways, back to where we were. As you can see, I also down here, I took the lower O2 sensor out. I just did that because I didn't want to break them. Putting them in and out, taking the pipe in and out, because it is one big piece. The shield, as you can see here, I'm going to show you the other converter. The shield is replaceable with the converter. Now it comes out of there. You just got to move. It's got a flex pipe. You got to move it around. When it has the studs on it, it's a little tighter, but it does slip out, and it pretty much comes around. Comes around this way, and I just wedge this down a little. Be careful, you don't want to, pull on that flex pipe too much, especially since this one ain't in great shape as it is. Now, you see the manifold bolts up there above the oil filter. You can see those two studs. The camera will adjust. Now, the factory manifold, you'll see the big weld. This one's made a little bit differently. So when you go to put this on, make sure you pay attention to that, because if you don't put all the bolts on, or the nuts on the studs first, you'll never get them on if you tighten them up and try to do it, because of the way that manifold is. And if you could see, I don't know if I can get in there enough, where the weld is right above that stud, there's it's like a really huge weld, and you can't get anything in there. I ended up having to wrench those two on the bottom there, just so I could get them far enough in. Once you get them like almost in, then you can actually get a 1/4-inch socket on them and air ratchet them in and tighten them up real good. Kind of a pain in the ass putting it back in. I see if you can see the welds all along there. Now, this was a aftermarket online converter, and they're always a pain in the ass. It's a good customer, so I'll just let it slide. But if you see how this one's made, all this clearance right here, and on the bottom is worse because they're really hard to get to. That manifold comes across like almost basically where this line is. So those studs and nuts are actually kind of tucked just behind it and underneath a little bit. Kind of a pain in the ass. Anyways, I don't know if you saw the pre-episode to this, where I determined how to determine if that catalytic converter was bad, and how to the engine performance part of how to know to check the catalytic converters. But anyways, thanks for tuning in to another episode. I figured people might kind of like this. Hopefully I don't have to do the rear one. In fact, I'm not doing the rear one. No way. I ain't touching that thing. But have a nice day, and thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more episodes. Thanks, folks.